Hi everybody, welcome to Cooking with Cricket, and my Aunt Cricket's going to show you how to fry okra.
We have some okra from our garden, and this piece right here, some of these are way too big. They'll be too tough to cook with, but we had a lot going on last week, and my daughter was turning 18, getting ready for her birthday and stuff, so we kind of neglected the garden for a few days, but a lot of this will still be good. So if you're cutting it and it just feels tough, don't use it, because it'll be too tough to eat. But right now I'm just going to wash it real good, and then I'll be back to show you how I slice mine up. Alright, I have my okra washed up. So what I do is I cut the stem end off. I slice mine pretty thin, and then throw away that end piece. And what I may do is go get a couple of green tomatoes from the garden, wash them up, slice them, and add it with the okra, and have fried okra and green tomato. That's real good too. So I'll get my okra sliced up, see how much I have, and then I'll be back. Real quick, I want to show you this one that's real big. If you're cutting it and it just feels real tough, just don't go ahead and use it. I discard it, because it will be, you'll be able to tell that it's tough when you fry it up and eat it. So I'll be back. Alright, I got a nice little bit of okra cut up, and I think we are going to go get a couple of green tomatoes from the garden and add that in. But if you're just doing okra, it's the same way that I cook it up if you don't add the tomatoes. So I'm going to go get a couple of tomatoes, I'll wash them real good, and then I'll be right back. I took my green tomato and diced it up and added it to my okra. I only got a couple of green tomatoes, and I'm not ready to fry my okra tomato yet, so I've taken a paper towel, dampened it just a little bit. I want to lay it over my okra, and then just set it in the refrigerator for a couple of hours till I get ready to fry it up. That'll keep it from drying out. So I'll be back when I get ready to fry it up. Alright, I'm ready to fry me up some okra in a skillet. I have on the stove heating up about 1/3 cup of oil, and I'm using vegetable oil. You can use whatever kind of oil that you like. I've took mine out of the refrigerator, took the paper towel off, and I'm going to put it in a bigger bowl to be easy to mix it up. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of kosher salt and some black pepper. It's really to your taste. And I'm going to add just a little bit of onion powder to mine. Then I'm going to toss this around. I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of cornmeal. And then I'm going to add some flour. If you just want to only add cornmeal or only add flour, that's fine, but I like a mixture of both. I like the crunch that the cornmeal gives it. Add a couple of tablespoons of flour. Let's see what it looks like when I get it mixed up. I like mine coated real good. I'm going to add a little bit more flour. And if you add too much before I have, when I'm putting it in my pan, anything that's left at the bottom that hasn't stuck, I just leave this in the bowl and then chunk that out, and that way the extra won't be in your pan. But let's move over to the stove. I've got my oil heating on like a medium high, and to see if my oil is hot enough or not, I always take a piece and add it in. If it looks like it's sizzling real good, you don't want it to be smoking hot, then add another spoonful. It's got a good sizzle on it, so I'm going to go ahead and add the rest. See, I didn't have much flour or cornmeal left in my bowl, so that's good. Then I'm going to let this cook a few minutes before I turn it. Alright, my okra's been cooking for about 3 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes. So now I'm going to flip it. And I still have my heat on a medium high. Now I'm gonna let it cook another about 3 to 4 minutes on this side and continue to do that. And if it looks like I might need a little bit more oil, I'll add just a little bit more, but right now it's fine. You don't want it real oily. So I'll be back in a little bit. Now, since I've added the green tomatoes, this will make it a little mushy. But if you don't add the tomatoes, it'll fry it more crisper. And I like mine real good and crisp. So I'll be back. Alright, once mine starts browning up, I do keep a check on it and stir it kind of more often, or it will start to really go brown, and you don't really want it burnt. But I do like for mine to get crisp. If you like it like this, go ahead and take it on up. But I'm going to let mine get a little bit more crisp. And like I say, if I didn't have the tomato in there, it made it more juicy. Normally, I don't. But just every now and then I'll add green tomato to mine. But mine will get real good and crisp. But it won't get that good and crisp because of the tomato. So I'm going to let mine go a few more minutes. And then I will take it up and put it on a plate lined with paper towel. We want to get rid of all that excess oil and stuff. So I'll be back. Alright, I am calling this done. And those pieces right there, it may look burned on the camera, but it's not. It's just real good and crispy. So I'm going to put mine in a plate lined with a couple of paper towels, and I'll be right back. Here is my fried okra with green tomatoes, and I'd only put a couple of green tomatoes in here, but this is going to be great. And what's going to make it even better is it came out of our own little garden. So I hope you enjoy.